Well, here I am, about to celebrate the conclusion of my 75th trip around the sun. Yes, I've gotten old. And last week, I got a little wiser. You see, last week, there were three events that gave me hope. The first event was the launch of the Falcon Heavy. A friend of mine who had worked on the space shuttle program lamented to me one time that we could never do it again. We no longer had the people, the talents, the skills to build something like the space shuttle. Well, guess what? We built something better.
Fast, you're going to do a final burn here in just a moment. There's final burn 1 and 2. 2 candles coming down.
There they are.
Double sonic booms.
Keep in mind that no nation, not Russia, not China, not Japan, not the European Union, not even the United States through the auspices of NASA, could do what they did. SpaceX made space exploration affordable. Now, yeah, the launch itself was exciting, and watching those boosters land was really exciting. But the part that gave me hope was not the spaceship itself. It was when they cut to the room full of engineers who had actually accomplished this. Look at them. They're all millennials.
All right, solid team. Show your hands. Who are you? Liquid team. And MSAT.
Did you watch the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics in South Korea? Did you see a swarm of drones, over 1,200 of them, flying in formation, forming shapes and animating those shapes? Well, I found a video on YouTube produced by Intel showing how they accomplished that. And the most fascinating part of it is, look at the people, millennials.
The Olympics is a huge global stage for our team, and it's the most watched event in the world. Every time we do a show, there's always a surprise. When we thought about the opportunity at the opening ceremony, there's no doubt we had to push ourselves.
How do we prep for the Olympics before we're even on site? There are so many tests that the teams did in Germany and in Finland. Before we came to Korea, we had a plan. We had an agenda. We knew winds were going to be tough.
Basically a last-minute checklist of what we're going to go through to make sure we're ready to fly and make sure that the weather is okay. The landscape here is cold, snowy, icy, with very, very high winds.
There have been a lot of challenges.
What do you mean the animation's over there?
We can't fly in that area.
We have out the field without network right now.
Is it launching?
No.
You can never predict weather. Let's take a step back and see how we can solve together.
We always find a way. We've mostly done shows about 300, so to jump to 1,200,
It's been a huge team effort. World records are meant to be broken.
We are a minute and a half to launch, about 3.5 minutes until animation.
every late night, all the sacrifices.
Our fingers are crossed. My heart's pounding.
30 seconds to launch.
Everyone is a little bit quieter.
To be fair, these young men and women are our future. And quite honestly, they give me hope. But there's another event I want to tell you about, one that is really exciting. Last Saturday, I escorted 3 World War II veterans to Portola High School, which is on the grounds of the former El Toro Marine Corps Air Station. We had been invited by the student body there. The students wanted to hear about World War II. And these three gentlemen, a former officer of the Navy, a former infantryman, and a former frogman, what today became the underwater demolition teams or Navy SEALs. They told of their experiences. And the kids asked questions, intelligent questions, and they were interested and respectful.
I left school, went down to LA, signed up for the Navy, passed all the tests, but I had a problem. I couldn't enter the Navy because I was only 17, and I needed my parents' consent. So I took the papers home. Interesting enough, my mother signed the papers, but my father refused. He was a World War I veteran, and he told me I was too young and didn't know what I was doing by entering the service at that age and should go back to school. A great decision on his part, because I did go back to school. But 2 years later, a year and a half later, the Navy came to our school and told us they were taking over the school facility and had a new program called the V-12 program. The concept was to prepare young college students for the military and possibly eventual commissioning them as officers in the Navy and the Marine Corps.
And to join the Army as an infantryman. And it was something that I was proud to do. I was 18 years old. I had a brother, a Marine, that was hit on Guadalcanal, so I thought it was my duty to wait in Europe. And so I joined the Army. I had 6 months of training as an infantry rifleman. We were kind of tough going at that time. And there were a lot of us sent over a little perhaps ahead of time. I only had 6 months training, and I was sent overseas as a combat infantryman.
And we swam all the time. Our job was to go in and swim in from about 2,000 meters out to the beach and make a reconnaissance of all the different obstacles the Germans had put into the water that would tear the bottom of the boats out. Just far enough that the GIs, fully loaded without quick release buttons in those days, would drown. So our job was to destroy these. So we recorded all of them, the position.
But most importantly, after the presentations ended and we were leaving, these same kids who had given up their Saturday of their own volition to come and hear these gentlemen and pay their respects treated them like celebrities. They crowded around begging for photos and asking even more questions about their experiences. And you look at the faces on these three men, and you will see them beaming, appreciating all the attention. Yeah, it's easy to lose heart sometimes. The kids just aren't like our generation, are they? But in some ways, maybe they're better. Maybe there really is hope. At least I feel hopeful. I hope you do too.